topic, I want to go over our myths about starting your own midwifery business. I hear from so many midwives and comments and emails, the classic themes. I don't have the time, I have a young family, I can't be on call 24/7, I don't have the money, I have never started a business before, I don't have any background in running this type of practice, and what you're asking of me, I just can't do. So I want to break down these myths step by step because so much of our myths and misunderstandings are in our mind. They're excuses we tell ourselves, or truly we believe them, but I want to help to show how they're not entirely accurate. So the first one I hear most often is, I don't have the money to start a business. You do need initial capital to start a business. Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's large. It really depends on your business plan, but the initial capital doesn't have to come from your own direct pocket. The initial capital, once you learn about business and you learn about investing and creating business plans and proposals to put to investors, you can get partners that you have the knowledge and skills and the idea that can make another person money. They have the money in cash, but they don't have the time to start a business. So you pool each other's resources together and you can make a better outcome. So that's the biggest thing is, don't just let, well, I barely have any money, I live paycheck to paycheck, we've got a young family, I've got kids to get through college. Don't let the mindset of I directly don't have the money can make a business possible. I don't have the time. That is an excuse so many people make for exercise, for good nutrition, for prioritizing goals and wishes and vacations and self-care. We always use, I don't have time. So using the comment, I don't have time, is really saying, this isn't important enough to me compared to XYZ. I would rather watch this movie on Friday night versus getting my business going. I would rather eat this donut than eat some broccoli. So we are telling ourselves, I don't have time, I don't have this as a priority, and that's okay. But I want people to acknowledge when, and look at it in general. When you say I don't have time to something, step back and say, really, this, I've got so many hours in a day and this isn't high enough on my priority list compared to other things I'm currently doing. So you just need to figure out, where is it on your priority list? What on your schedule from day to day can be rearranged, can be cut out, that isn't truly as high of a priority, you've just made it a habit for your day, especially the exercise part. There's so much research out there that if you exercise 20 minutes in a day, you're going to be far more productive throughout the day. You're going to sleep better. You're going to be more focused. You're not going to spend so much time reading something over and over again. You're going to create so much more value for yourself because your mind is going to just be on top par. And you're going to feel better. It's going to show. So I really want to stress the comment when people say, I don't have time. It's really, I don't really want to prioritize this in my daily routine right now, and that's okay, but just realizing what that myth is about. I have a young family. I hear that often. I have 3 young kids. I have an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 1-year-old, and it is harder having a young family, being young and single and not having those unpredictabilities of young children. Have some advantages, but it's not impossible. Having a good support system, creating a business model that supports having a young family. So being on call 24/7 for a home birth practice is much harder with a young family than if you get 2 midwives together and you share call, similar to a nurse midwife working in the hospital. You have shared call, you get a babysitter during the time you're working. So creating a business model that fits your needs as a young family. It may not be clinical practice. You may, with a young family, want to do consultation services. You may want to do stuff that's not revolving around birth. You may want to do GYN services, pelvic floor, breastfeeding support, sexual health, that you can make your office hours 3 days a week, 9 to 5, and you can have a day for administration. So you can add more structure in your schedule similar to a W-2 job if you prioritize it and make your business plan accordingly. So when I hear I have a young family, it's okay if that's just your priority right now, but understanding that there's a lot of creative ways to make a business plan where your family is still a good chunk of your priority and you can separate a work-life balance, it is possible.